Yeah, sometimes you just like want to say a few things and then like marinate. Take that home, smoke on it.
Yeah.
You know, let it marinate a little bit.
Yeah, all right.
And let's see. Some other stuff here.
Did you see This Is the End, the Greg Reese deal?
Mm-mm. He has a new one out now.
Yeah.
I was gonna look at it and see what he had for new stuff.
Oh, and there's a Britney Spears one too.
Free Britney.
Britney Spears is back, bitch.
I had the biggest crush on her growing up.
It was just before my time. If I was a little bit older.
Yeah, I vicariously lived through Justin Timberlake.
Well, like Toxic, that
Yeah.
was maybe around my time. Like that, I was alive when that was really hit
That
the
was
hit.
after she derailed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Sleepy Joe, do you like pudding? George, don't say anything. It's a trick. Don't worry, Obama. I got this. Why, yes. Trump, I do like Huntington. Why do you ask? Well, if you like pudding so much, how about I start putting these nuts in your mouth? Okay, Sleepy Joe, do you like pudding? George, don't say anything. It's a trick. Don't worry, Obama. I got this. Why, yes. Trump, I do like Huntington. Why do you ask? Well, if you like pudding so much, how about I start putting these nuts in your mouth?
See it not as, oh, we're going into space. No, you're getting a nice view of the Earth, and I don't even know if you're going to see the curvature. I did some calculations, and I'm thinking they're not. If you're 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe, you're not getting. I see it not as, oh, we're going into space. No, you're getting a nice view of the Earth, and I don't even know if you're going to see the curvature. I did some calculations, and I'm thinking they're not. If you're 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe, you're not getting. I see it not as, oh, we're going.
Tonight, the CDC is investigating the death of a Michigan teenager to see if there's any connection to a COVID-19 vaccine.
According to the Saginaw County Health Department, the 13-year-old boy died 3 days after receiving his second dose of the vaccine. No further details have been released. Because the boy was recently vaccinated, his death was reported to the CDC's Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System for further investigation.
It's obviously concerning to parents who are trying to decide whether or not to vaccinate their teenagers. Dr. Frank McGeorge with us now. So, Doc, let's start with what happens next with this case.
Well, Devin, officials from the health department will gather all the relevant information and forward it to investigators at the CDC, where some determination will be made if it is potentially related to the vaccine.
Yeah, but should this discourage parents from getting their teens vaccinated?
Well, you know, Kim, the short answer is no, although honestly, it is completely natural to look at this situation and
Tonight, the CDC is investigating.
Hence, we are quite focused on communicating directly with those people, hence our special guest today, about why it's important to get vaccinated, why these vaccines are safe, why of 27. We need to be clear and direct about our messaging. Hence, we are quite focused on communicating directly with those people, hence our special guest today.
That special guest was that Hispanic girl that came to talk to Biden. Can't remember her name. About telling people to get the vax.
Oh yeah, he's using Hispanic people now.
Yeah, they're using
Just for propaganda.
celebrity Hispanics.
Well, welcome everyone to the initial COVID-19 vaccination plan war game.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the war game of the National Campaign Plan for the COVID vaccine rollout.
Well, welcome everyone to the initial COVID-19 vaccination plan war game.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the the war game of the National Campaign Plan for the COVID vaccine rollout.
Well, welcome everyone.
Domestic terrorists.
World pandemic. It's a 1 in 100 year event. So you can expect that we will have transmission from time to time, and that's just the way it is. We've got to accept that this is the new world order. We've got to accept that this is the new world order. This is the new world order. This is the new
Dun dun dun.
Got to accept it, mate.
world order.
Today is the first full day of the New World Order. The New World Order. The New World, New World, New World Order.
I want to be straight with you. There will be no return to the old normal for the foreseeable future. I repeat, there will be no return to the old normal for the foreseeable future.
So people assume we are just going back to the good old world which we had, and everything will be normal again in how we are used to normal, in the old fashion. This is, let's say, fiction. It will not happen.
A vaccine on its own will not end the pandemic. Surveillance will need to continue. People will still need to be tested, isolated, and cared for.
Make me.
Contacts will still need to be traced and quarantined. Communities will still need to be engaged.
It is a big idea. A new world order. We can find meaning and reward by serving some higher purpose than ourselves. A shining purpose. The illumination of 1,000 points of light.
It's no longer a theory. What I'm about to say is fact. The secret organizations of the world power elite are no longer secret. They have planned and are now leading us into a one-world communist government. This is terrorism of the most worst kind, brought on you by our own government.
To lead in shaping a new world order for the 20...
Sleepy Joe at the
World
end.
pandemic. So
Uncle Joe.
In an old video from 1995, a theology professor named Pierre Gilbert warned of mandatory vaccines that would turn recipients into zombies. He speaks in French.
I think I played that before.
It's all these like European people that come up with all the worst ideas.
Yeah. Because they think they're going to implement that here in the States.
Yeah. It's
Like, what crazy ass idea do you think will work in the States?
those Americans will buy it.
So far, the only adjustments that I've seen them do is the audible for 2 masking and the new variant talk. Like, those are really the only things that are holding any water right now. People who double mask, wear goggles, a face shield, and like a hat or a helmet. It's pretty amazing.
Well, there's even more than that. Like, there's the idea of like, you know, Sigmund Freud and those guys, and Bertrand Russell, and you know, all those guys. They're all Europeans. The Anglo-American Brotherhood. Edward Bernays. He comes from that European royalty.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really just a bunch of European assholes coming over here to do all this to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to believe that, you know, this country separated themselves from all of these like legalistic ideologies to come here to America to be more free.
Yeah.
But like, where is like the other side where when we see that lifestyle or that livelihood go away, where are the people to like try to steadfast and hold on to that?
Yeah.
So like, whatever it is, that is this why people keep leaving country to country to start over, because it keeps getting infiltrated?
Yeah, it does. Every country infiltrated.
Because I mean, if you want to start up your own continent somewhere else, I mean, how far do you get to where you're, you know, trying to do these things for your country, and then the UN or the Fed Reserve comes in, and then there you go, you're dead. Which just makes me believe less and less about, you know, millions of years and how we're so advanced right now. We're really not that advanced. People are just starting to figure out like different rules for sports and baseball and trying to adjust to people cheating in baseball and using sticky tack on their fingers to make the game more challenging for pitchers, because a batter could just hit a ball, which is hard to hit a round bat on a round ball.
Yeah.
But, you know, if a pitcher can use something like a sticky substance to make the spin rate faster and challenge the hitter, then once you remove that aspect from the game and you start calling people out for, quote, cheating, then the pitchers are going to lose the ability, or whatever it is that they thought was the ability to pitch properly against hitters.
Yeah.
And so it's as if they've grandfathered in the idea of cheating.
Right.
Which I've kind of used in context as a kind of a mirror for reality of how we're allowing things more and more where we thought was okay. But now as we deviate more and more away from being a human being, we're like, whoa, we need to go back. We need to just step back. Yeah, probably at Thomas Beach.
Thomas Beach?
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, see them.
Yeah, there's this fascination with my generation of like, okay, how did all these older people get wealthy?
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't want to know how they got wealthy.
Mm.
If they were on it, they'd just go, yeah, we cheated, obviously.
Right.
We cheated.
Yeah.
We cheated. Yeah.
Right.
We cheated.
You can have it if you want.
Oh, it's an experiment.
Yeah, no.
It's an experiment.
It's
Is that real water?
Yeah. What would be the experiment?
What's the experiment, Mark?
Some guy just handing out water?
Can I have one?
Of course.
Thank you.
I'm sure he could read, but just because he doesn't agree with my idea of space travel being a hoax doesn't mean I can't offer water, right?
It is a hoax.
It is, right? Yeah, I mean, you're woke, right? My goodness.
Where's Mama for you?
Yeah.
Listen to Mama.
And they wonder why children are the way that they are. Because of that, right there.
Yep.
What's the scam? Handing out free water? Because I know it's hot? Because I like a tasty beverage to wash this down.
Bad faith. Bad faith.
Previous experiences.
Here comes the guy who laughed
on the bike
when those guys were by. Yeah. Hope he hits that pole. Dong.
Oh. It's poison. He poisoned the water.
Poison it. He put that poison in there.
Right? What do you mean, like fluoride? There's probably fluoride in this.
It was already poisoned. It's not by us. Not by us. Poisoned when they bottled it for you.
finger wrap could one day let you power up wearables while you sleep. One term that I have on my Google News alerts is human energy harvesting.
Wow, I just saw two sign languages in the same passage. When do you ever see that?
Hi.
You can't hear.
Oh,
There's more, yeah. Because that big guy in the red shirt was sign language to his woman.
oh really? At the same time?
Yep, and then they came by sign languaging.
This one's Dateline, July 16 of 2021. This thin, flexible strip generates small amounts of electricity from your finger sweat. Wearables are so hot right now, with consumers scooping up more than 100 million units of smartwatches, fitness trackers, augmented reality glasses, and similar tech in the first quarter over the past, 2021. Sales in this category have continued to increase by 34% since the second quarter of 2020, making it one of the fastest growing categories for personal electronics. Most wearable electronics these days are powered by tiny electrochemical storage devices like batteries and supercapacitors, but these are limited in how long they can power the electronic for an extended use. In addition to finding clever ways to further reduce the energy consumption of such devices, so they're even using the green idea to your watch now.
Yeah.
Of energy consumption. Researchers are looking at energy harvesters as promising potential solution. Some existing self-powered sensors successfully reduce energy consumption, per the authors, but those devices are unable to power the required signals for the efficient data transmission. Like your cell phone is able to, the reason why your cell phone gets hot is because it's absorbing energy to then show you all of your awesome TikTok videos. There is considerable interest in developing self-sustaining harvesting systems that draw energy from sunlight, body movements, biofuels, or temperature gradients, like thermodynamics. Each device has its limitations. For example, the sun isn't always shining. Thermoelectric devices need a temperature difference between the wearer and the surroundings, because if you wear a watch and you're using it to, collect data for your heart rate and stuff, your watch is going to get hot. So that can make it uncomfortable. So they're trying to use your body as a means to do both. And so, not sure if you can see this image here, but ouch. I don't know what it is. Are these mosquitoes or flies? Are these horse flies? I keep getting bit by something. Not sure if you can see this, but this is kind of what they're doing. They're talking about here. So you just touch. The light doesn't become clear. The secret is passive perspiration, known as fingertip sweat. On our hands and fingers produce a lot more sweat than we realize because our fingers are constantly exposed to air, allowing any sweat to quickly evaporate. In fact, fingertips have the highest concentration of sweat glands anywhere on the human body, including under the arms. Fingertips produce sweat at rates higher than few microliters per centimeter. So that's why they want to take advantage of using your fingertips to create energy for all your devices or other things that you, all of these Zoomers want to use in the future. They could use this also as maybe a means to like self-identifiers. You know, like you put your finger over a sensor and it knows everything about you.
Mm-hmm. Biometric.
Yeah. So that's that news article. So that's, you know, some up-and-coming stuff. I like reading about that stuff. It's interesting. I mean, even like 10, 15 years ago, I was really interested in this type of technology, but now I just know it's like a detriment to humanity.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, they promote it enough to make it trendy, and then they get people to market it to people who don't know about it.
And then
it slaves everyone.
Right, exactly. Then it's AI subverting human beings.
Yeah.
And saying that we need to protect you from yourselves. Protect you from yourself, human. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Hi.
Hi. Why not, huh?
So true, but so many people are.
I know, right?
What about the flat Earth? Do you know about that?
I've heard about it. I haven't really studied it, but I'm very open-minded to everything, so
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is a flat Earth.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You live on a
What's
flat
the theory behind that exactly?
Earth. Well, water, it's, you know, it's always contained, it's always level when contained at rest.
Right,
And
that
the
makes
Earth,
so much
the Earth
sense.
is mostly water.
Yes.
So it's mostly flat, and it's all flat.
How much water do you need to make it into a ball?
That's a great question.
Yeah. Because when I lay in my bubble bath, when I lay in my bubble bath at night and I have like the bubble mountains and then I have the water that I can see that's separated from the soap, right?
Uh-huh.
I just think of me being really high up in the sky and I'm looking at Earth and that's the water that always lays level and flat. So at what point will, in my bathtub, if it's 100 million miles long, when will that water start to bend?
Right.
To make a ball?
Why do they say that it is a ball?
What do you figure? What do you think? Why do you think?
I mean, you know, to be honest, I keep learning so many different things that kind of like blow my mind.
Yeah.
And I always say that the more you know, the more you don't know, because the more you learn, the more you realize how much you just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
You know, so why, I mean, the most recent thing that I've read is basically like the Gnostic belief, like the Gnostic beginning story, which is that aliens or other multi-dimensional beings came here, mated with human women or something, and like, I don't know. I just don't know what to believe anymore.
Sure.
That's why I say that. You know,
Yeah, fair enough.
Why they would say it's a ball? Who the hell knows? Why do they say that? People, you know, I don't know. Is it just to maintain humanity in this constant struggle of, you know, everything?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you? What came first, the chicken or the egg?
I don't know. I don't even try to figure things out like this anymore.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I think everyone has their own truth, and truth is subjective. You know?
Yeah, let's just say, hypothetically, for argument's sake, the chicken comes first. And you have a male chicken and a female chicken. You can only have so much land on a ball. So only so many chickens can roost in so much land. And if you're not born before Bill Gates, for example, good luck getting any land. Right? So there's only so much land that's available if you live on a blue marble floating on the bending of space-time, right? But what if Earth goes on infinitely forever? And there's just more land and resources and they know it, but they tell us that it's a ball because that's finite. And we're infinite. right?
Right. I do believe that.
Yeah. So why limit ourselves to a ball when it's infinite? Right? So if things get all messed up here, like they continue to go here in America, sooner or later, they're going to venture out again and be like, oh, let's go find new land or new continent somewhere. Let's go discover something. But it'll be on their terms, just like they did with 500 years ago.
Can I take pictures of this?
Of course you can.
When you say they, are you talking about, who are you talking about?
The hierarchy enslaving you.
And who are they?
People born before you and me.
That's it?
People that you see on TV.
That's it? I mean, do you...
Celebrity.
Do
Celebrities
you
are
think it's
against
like a
you.
particular group or species of people, or
Yeah,
no?
it's bloodlines, and then they tarry off into secret societies.
Right.
Because if you're not born into that bloodline, how do I become a member? Well, they have these other options for you. You know, just like, you know, you don't have to be in on it, but you have to go along enough so that you can get your perks.
Right.
The elites, the celebrity, the people that we see on TV, they all know things that we don't.
Yeah.
And they're told to say certain things to continue an agenda on us.
Yeah.
So they don't care about us.
Right.
You know, it always has been and always will be them against us, the people who walk around this lake. And I just hope that people can start to realize that doesn't matter about your sex, creed, color, skin, or whatever. We all have 10 fingers and 10 toes. And we all wipe our butt with toilet paper. Put our pants on one leg at a time.
Right.
I don't know any celebrity that has this machine that they just jump up in the air and they got their pants on.
Right.
So they all use the same stuff we do. They just think they're better than us because they know things like flat Earth. Because they know that flat Earth unites people. Because it's just more land. I mean, they're hiding it from us. So something to think about, you know.
You're right.
But yeah.
What started you on this journey of discovery?
I've questioned a lot. You know, personally, I grew up with
Oh, these all open the same link?
challenge. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one right here is for flat Earth. That one's for the hoaxing.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that one's for flat Earth.
You say yup? Oh no, that was his music.
All right.
But yeah, thanks for stopping.
Yeah.
You want water or kombucha or anything?
Thanks for being out here.
Yeah,
Check out this map whenever you have time.
Okay.
It's called the Gleason's map.
Okay.
You can find that.
Thankful that
They
you
haven't
guys are
scrubbed
out
that
here.
from the internet's
No.
control system yet.
And just think about this too here. You can't ever unsee that. So the sun and the moon are closer and they're the exact same size. They don't appear to be the exact same size. They are. So the sun and the moon circumnavigate across the Earth through the North Pole like that. So it just travels further away from us. That's why the sun goes below what you appear to go below the horizon. But it's just the vanishing point of the sky and the ground. It's called perspective. Just like when you walk away from these light posts, they're not physically getting smaller, right? It's the same thing with the sun.
Do you think that the moon is a naturally occurring
Yes.
heavenly body?
I do. I feel like it's the feminine. It's the feminine aspect, the negative aspect to the polars.
Yeah.
And the sun is the masculine, positive, electromagnetic frequency.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard though that the moon is not. I actually just recently read this, that the moon is not natural.
Sure.
And that originally the sun was feminine, but that the reptilians or whatever they are, the ones that are enslaving humanity, they changed it to patriarchal, and that's kind of when everything started to get fucked up.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and they say the moon was placed there by them.
By them to like
Yeah.
influence humanity, and I've heard that there was a time before there was a moon, and that the world was a much calmer, more peaceful place.
Yeah.
But that's now, it was put there just so that they could kind of run their operations from there.
Right, and there's a base inside the moon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had never heard that until like 2 months ago, and it just kind of blew. I can take one of these?
Yeah, of course.
Just kind of blew my mind.
Yeah. There's a documentary called The Lost History of Flat Earth. I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Can I take this?
yeah, of course.
Oh, thank you.
And it's like 5 hours long. And one of the ideas that they have in that documentary is the moon is a reflection of the continents on the Earth. And so when you put the Azimuthal or Gleason's map up to the reflection of the moon, all of the continents can line up if you put it a certain way. And this blue right here that represents all ocean has a darker mass on the moon that people have said is like another landmass that they're keeping from us. Now, whether it's further out beyond the alleged ice wall or whatever, could be, but you know, it's things like that that are really provoking a lot of thought, that we are being confined here and we're not allowed to touch the fence posts. They even set perimeter up hundreds of miles before the fence to keep us from going further because they're withholding something from us. But for me, I would rather go to the North Pole.
Yeah.
I would rather go to the North Pole because all of our compasses point that way, and I'm just really intrigued.
I've heard that too, that there's something there.
Yeah.
There was like some general, I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah, actually, that was the South Pole. That was like Antarctica with Admiral Byrd.
Yeah.
Yep. Him and Captain Cook allegedly went around the alleged ice ring or whatever, but yeah, Admiral Byrd said that he found more resources and land than North America. And then shortly after that, NASA and the Antarctic Treaty were started. So.
Well, they can't hide forever, you know?
They can't.
And then look into Tartaria when you're ready.
You know, I actually just joined a Tartarian group on Facebook.
You did?
Yeah,
really?
like Tartarian Mudflood or...
Yeah, who do you listen to? Who's on there, do you know?
I don't know who's on there, because I just, like, I have some friends on Facebook that are on that, in there, but, I mean, I started becoming conscious.
Oh, yeah? Do you mind if I write some names down?
No, not at all.
Name
But
drop.
some people that have been really influential for me have been Bobby Hemmett, Brother Panic, so many people. I mean, even David Icke I've been getting into a lot lately.
Yeah, David Icke.
Alex Jones, Bill Cooper originally, like I read Behold a Horse.
Yeah.
When I was
Bill
a
Cooper's
freshman in high
big,
school. Yeah. So,
Navy intelligence guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, there you go.
All right.
You're on your journey.
Yeah, it's good. You know, be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, my name's Libby.
I'm Joshua.
Joshua.
Miles.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks
for
for
stopping.
being out here.
Thanks. Take care.
Have a good night.
You too. Have a good day.
Bye. What?
They're handcuffed together. Maybe it's a joke.
Wow, that's a lot of... What does he got? He has 4 bags. He has 2 of them.
I know.
He's going and carrying them.
Those are for like, I guess maybe groceries or something. I don't know.
She saw that thing down there, didn't she?
This was some people marching somewhere today. There's probably people marching in a lot of cities today.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday.
Always marching.
Yeah.
Blocking traffic, marching.
It's going to come to a conclusion here pretty soon.
Street wars. It's gonna be
Once October shows up.
It's gonna be Mad Max,
Yeah.
Road Warrior. The Road Warrior.
Social justice warriors are ruining sports. Sean Hannity blasts NFL over reports of plans to play the Black National Anthem before the Star Spangled Banner this season.
How dare you?
The NFL plans to play Lift Every Voice and Sing during pre-game festivities in Week 1 of the 2021 NFL season, which kicks off in Tampa Bay, September 9th. So that's great. Now we're just gonna point out everybody. And you better stand, Miles. Or do you kneel and
Bow
and
to
down?
Zion.
What do you
Bow
do?
Bow to Zion.
I'm conflicted.
Bow to me.
I wanna bow on my knees in worship.
Zod. Remember that movie Zod? Did
Yeah.
I show you that?
Mm-hmm.
Bow to Zod. Bow to Zod.
Trying to see if I can hear what he has to say, but as per all of these news article websites, they have more ads than something that has a lot
Or
of
as the needed. If this isn't true, I don't know what is.
Dating a woman after 30 is miserable. It's just like a job interview. What do you do for a living? Where do you live? Do you rent a home? What kind of car do you drive? These women want to qualify you materialistically to see if you have a retirement, if they're a retirement plan.
You're their retirement plan.
If you're their retirement plan. Yeah, basically. What happened to, like, I'm every woman, I'm an independent woman?
We all know that's just for show. It's all for show. There's for show, and then there's what's actually going on.
Yeah, there's like this horsefly that keeps biting me. Actually keeps biting me through my socks. A paralyzed man's brainwaves converted to speech in world first breakthrough. Yeah, laughter's the best medicine, lady. In a world first, U.S. researchers have developed a neuroprosthetic device that successfully translates the brain waves of a paralyzed man into complete sentences, according to a scientific paper published on Thursday.
Wow.
This is an important technological milestone for a person who cannot communicate naturally. It demonstrates the potential for this approach to give a voice to people with severe paralysis and speech loss. A breakthrough involved a 36-year-old man who had a stroke when he was 20 that left him with anarthia.
Hi, how you doing?
How we doing? Anarthria, that's really hard. A-N-A-R-T-H-I-I-A. The inability to speak intelligibly, though his cognitive function had remained intact. Every year, thousands of people, blah, blah, blah. Neuroprosthesis restores words to man with paralysis. Let's see if I play. It's pretty impressive. Of course, I won't play the video. It's kind of the same idea that they know what frequencies cause fear and hunger, anxiety, worry, and things like that, and then they can emit those through 5G.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, let's cause something to happen, and then at the same time emit fear, and then all those prone to fear, boom. boom.
I can just increase the frequency so much.
Yeah, right.
How you
Hi
doing?
Hey. Who won? Who won the game?
We won.
You won. Nice work. What'd you win?
What?
What'd you guys win?
Bad.
You okay?
Yeah.
Right on.
No prize.
All right. Space travel's a hoax, guys. The system decoded up to 18 words per minute with a median accuracy of 75%. The autocorrect function, similar to those used in phones, contributed to success. So there was still some cleanup, but that's pretty interesting. I'm sure they could use that for evil somehow. There was this big controversy with Rachel Nichols covering Who's White, and she was supposed to cover the finals. But she made a comment a number of weeks ago when they said that Maria Taylor was going to cover the finals for ESPN. And Rachel Nichols made some comment in regard and to effect of like, well, it's about time ESPN acknowledges their like discrimination problems or whatever, basically.
Yeah, I saw that.
And people took it all offensive and like, oh, how could she say something like that? But she's a woman also, and she found that it was hard enough as it is for her to get to where she is from her perspective. And now, like being a black woman, she was just in a way maybe trying to like poke fun at ESPN's lack of, you know, like what took you so long.
Right.
So with Maria Taylor, she ends up, you know, covering the finals. And during game 4, she had a Freudian slip. That Freudian slip was mispronouncing season with semen.
Huh?
Rachel Nichols would probably be smiling somewhere as she watched Maria Taylor mess up on live TV, mispronouncing semen with season. Hilarious.
Whoopsie.
Do you think she did that on purpose? I wouldn't put her past her. Like the inside, she was like, hey, you know what? Fans are noting that, even this is on mainstream now, fans noticed that The Simpsons predicted Richard Branson's spaceflight in 2014. More of your TV and movies predictably programming your reality, and what a surprise.
Hi. Keep biking by, they keep biking by.
Good thing we have nanotechnology and AI, because they're going to hold the key to unlocking global food security challenge. The United Nations estimates that 840 million people will be affected by hunger by 2030. Researchers have developed a roadmap combining smart, nano-enabled agriculture with AI and machine learning capabilities that could help reduce this number. Well, then, if they're going to quote reduce the number, then that means that they're going to they have to somehow increase the population, or reduce the population. Because if they increase it, there'll be more people affected by hunger. But if they use, I don't know, eugenics, for example, to rid 10 to 15% of the population, as per a TED Talk, they could reduce the number. So they want to basically implement AI and nanotechnology into keeping human beings alive. How is using robots going to make it cheaper to produce food, improve production rates, crop yields, boost soil health and plant resilience, efficiency of resources such as fertilizer, and reducing pollution. It's all about reducing pollution.
Humans are the pollution.
And based on that, let's thank a farmer. Miles,
Yeah.
let's play a song.
Why not?
Let's play a song. Take a break.
I think I'm gonna go for one of these kombucha. If that's okay. Need some sugar.
It's time to help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
I need to assemble an elite team.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
There's a big secret amongst the ruling class at Constance Billard. Did you miss me?